Tonight on the NBC-5 News at 10, Mitt Romney and Rick Santorum battle it out. Who will win Michigan? The latest results and reaction. Plus,
they can say whatever they want. I know what his intentions were.
Patty Blagojevich opens up to Rosie O'Donnell. How are she and the kids preparing for life without Rod? And tap into texting. Now you can track what your kids say to their friends. Make them think twice before hitting send. Tonight at 10, right after an all-new Parenthood.
A breaking story on the NBC5 News at 10. A squeaker in Michigan. Can Mitt Romney pull out a victory in the presidential primary? Patty Blagojevich cries as she talks about her kids, her husband, and his date with prison. A whole town tries to make sense of a tragedy that killed 2 cheerleaders. And the app that lets parents track their kids' texts, how to make them think twice before they hit send. And storms in the forecast tonight at 10.
Next on NBC5 News, will Mitt Romney pull off a miracle in Michigan? NBC News calls the race.
The question that made Patty Blagojevich cry on national TV.
Brazen thieves clean out a jewelry store.
And storms in the forecast next at 10.
Live from NBC5, this is the NBC5 News at 10.
Mitt Romney's Michigan miracle. He comes from behind in the polls to beat a strong challenge from Rick Santorum. It's an election the experts say Romney had to win. Good evening, I'm Rob Steff.
And I'm Allison Rosati. The big story tonight is the presidential primary in Michigan, and for most of this night, it was just too close to call. But Romney's Michigan miracle gives him 2 big wins for the night. NBC News now projects Mitt Romney will win in Michigan when all the votes are counted, with Rick Santorum a close second. And in Arizona, Romney cruises to victory, as was expected. NBC5 political reporter Marianne Ahern just returned from Michigan, where she sampled voter reaction. Marianne?
Allison, he was raised in Michigan. His father was elected governor there 3 times, but tonight Romney had to sweat it out, leading to questions, is he really the inevitable Republican nominee? Before Illinois, 10 states cast their votes in next week's Super Tuesday, but already most predict the candidates will likely divide those victories, and the GOP contest far from over, Rob.
Marianne, thanks. Tonight, Patty Blagojevich gives a tearful interview to Rosie O'Donnell. It's her first. Police released surveillance photos of a man suspected of sexually assaulting and robbing a woman on an empty L train. Happened Friday. Police believe this man could be the attacker. He got off the train at the 87th Street station. Anyone with information should call the police. A 17-year-old girl is recovering tonight after giving birth to a baby in a high school restroom. This morning, Streamwood High School was on medical lockdown after a staff member heard screams coming from the bathroom. School police officers discovered the girl in the stall holding a newborn. They rushed the teen and her baby boy to a nearby hospital.
First the shots, then the frantic calls to 911.
At Chardon High School, we had shots fired, gunshots, multiple gunshots.
Still ahead, chilling new information tonight about the teenager behind a shooting rampage at a school.
Then how could they? A shocking revelation about what happened to some of the victims of 9/11. And later.
I don't think it's an invasion of privacy. I think it's a right for the parent to know.
Tap into texting, the new app that will make your kids think twice before they hit send. Brent?
Allison, the rain we've been tracking is here. Take a look at live Doppler 5. The more moderate rainfall appears to be in the southwest suburbs. All of that working toward Chicago. What to expect in the next several hours? Rain, thunderstorms, and rising temperatures. Details with my forecast coming up.
Tonight, how to tap into your kids' texting. Now you can track what they're saying to their friends.
NBC5's Rob Algus is here with a story. Rob?
So Rob and Allison, you both have teenagers, right?
That's right.
They both have smartphones, correct?
Yep.
Do you know what the last message was that they sent?
I don't know if I'd
No
want to
idea.
know. No.
Well, you're not alone. You pay those cell phone bills, but like many parents, you don't really know what your teen is doing with that phone, and that can be frightening. The app I'm about to show you is a game changer, and unlike spyware, your child will know you're tracking their activity. Right now, Pix Checker is only available for Android phones. It should be available for Apple products in the next 6 to 8 months. It costs $3.99 a month. Rob, I would suggest maybe you guys look into it.
Yeah, could come in very handy. My kids can reach you on Facebook, Rob. They'll be complaining. Okay. Thanks, man. Coming up tomorrow on the NBC5 News at 10 o'clock, these pills They look real, but are they?
Who knows what's in here? I mean, we have found mold, we have found paint.
Could these end up in your medicine cabinet? NBC5's Phil Rogers and our Unit 5 team reveal the amazing amount of fake and dangerous drugs coming into Chicago. That's tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
Right now, our first chance to welcome you to our brand new set here at NBC5. Hopefully you joined us earlier today as well, but you're going to see real quickly who got the biggest piece of real estate on the new set.
Yes, he put in dibs very early. They've been working hard. This part was done, but I think, Brant, they were working on yours for an extra couple of weeks.
Well, it took a little longer to put the finishing touches.
Well,
this
you've got all the big equipment over there.
That's true.
You do all the heavy lifting.
Thank you. Here's what we're seeing tonight across Chicagoland, and that is rain and even a couple of thunderstorms that have been popping up in the activity that's moving in from the south and west. So the computer model said it would be around the late evening, and that's what we're seeing. Take a look at live Doppler 5, and the showers and a few embedded thunderstorms are working their way towards Chicago. Where you see the brighter shades of yellow, that's where the activity is, down toward Will County. Here's a series of images over the last 3 hours. You can see all of this sweeping up toward Chicago. And in the rain gauge, well, not that impressive rainfall so far, but let's take a look here at some of the locations. We'll go out south and west to Streeter, 41 the temperature, and about 16 hundredths in the rain gauge. When you head back into the city of Chicago, 39 and a few hundredths in the gauge, and then out in the northwest suburbs, temperatures in the middle 30s and just a few hundredths in the rain gauge. Overnight tonight, the rain will continue, and we'll wind up with temperatures that will slowly rise, and you can see that by looking at our computer model. Well, the camera has curved off. We'll go full screen there and give you an idea.
Now, Brandt's weather photos, sponsored by U.S. Cellular.
Picture number one. Let's see. The two dissenting judges are on the end.
Is that a thumbs up or a bottoms up?
That's one neck up and two bottoms up. Thank you for that picture. Here is the next one to enjoy. Look at that. That's a sunrise. Wow. That's apparently the aliens are visiting us. Brant.miller@NBC.com.
Hopefully they're friendly.
Yes, please. And then finally, this picture I put on the weather page of the Sun-Times tomorrow, captured from the air, looking over the city. And what's interesting are the clouds making those big dark shadows over the city.
It's almost as pretty as the new city view we have behind us.
That's amazing.
Almost
Isn't that a nice look? Yeah. Nice graphics, too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thanks for sharing your space with us, Brant.
Well, thank you.
It's a warm week. Let's talk baseball. What do you think?
Yeah, why not? Let's throw it over to Mike Adamley. What's going on in sports tonight, Mike?
You'd like to know? I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, I want to know.
How about our captain of the White Sox, Paul Konerko, thinks they can be successful this year even if they don't make the playoffs. We'll tell you why. And the Bulls refuse to lose, and Joakim Noah too legit to quit. Bulls take the sting out of the Hornets. We've got highlights coming up next in sports.
Now, the Toyota Sports Desk. Like other cars, only better.
Well, the Bulls tipped off the second half of their season tonight at home against New Orleans, the first of 31 remaining regular season games, and pretty much.
And then I leave, and then those guys do the job, and that's fine with me.
You know, and if you want to win a championship, you got to have an unselfish person, and he is the personification of that.
No doubt. Thanks, Mike.
Great leader. We'll be right back. Tonight's high five goes out to a man who made us all smile, the late comedian Bernie Mac. Today he was honored with a street bearing his name. His wife, his daughter, along with friends and fans, gathered to pay tribute to the man with a huge heart who always had people laughing. Today, Bernie Mac Street was officially unveiled in Inglewood. Bernie Mac died in 2008 of a rare autoimmune disease called sarcoidosis. He was just 50 years old. He still brings a smile when we think of him.
Some funny movies behind, and you can watch anytime. That's it for us tonight at 10. Thanks for being here on our new set.
Yeah, on our maiden voyage. We'll see you back here tomorrow. The news begins at 4:30. Good night.
Good night.